think I'm live. I think we're good. Let me know if we're not. Yeah. So, if for some remote chance there is someone there, welcome. We are going to try and finish 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm just going to crack on with it. Hopefully, soon, there might be someone on Discord so I can actually talk to someone tonight. Sam, I'm counting on you to turn up. If I need to move the mic closer to my face, let me know. I'm still playing around with the setup. But there we go. So, right, number 7 in this series of slap chop experiments. This is a grey base coat with the airbrush, a black ink wash, and that black ink is 3 drops of black ink, 1 drop of flow aid, and 5 drops of water. And that's just Daler and Rowney acrylic ink, and then a white dry brush. I'll get some paint on the palette and we'll start cracking through it. So I've had Leviathan orders confirmed, probably a couple too many copies, but I can always sell one on. If I do sell a complete one on, don't worry, I won't be scalping it, it'll be at retail. But what I'll probably end up doing is keeping one complete and splitting the other one, maybe 2, depending on if I get 3. The reason for that is I found this little gem. Let's see on the stream cam better maybe. The other day when I was going through some stuff, and I've done some mixing with it today. I put a bit of flow aid in, which might have been a mistake, and a bit of airbrush thinner. So it is a little bit bubbly, and it still needs a good mix. I really shouldn't have dipped the whole brush in that, should I? But we can paint with that. We can absolutely paint with that. So one of the dreadnoughts or characters will probably get ultramarinified, because why not? And I'll try and do that on stream. I might build it and paint it on stream or something, but we'll see. I have just ruined that brush. What an idiot. Yeah, so that'll be fun, but to get there I need to get this project finished. So hopefully tonight, over the next couple of hours, maybe less, we'll see how we get on. I want to get through this slap chop project. So this is just a little idea for a video I had a long time ago, and that I've been working on, but hopefully now I can finish that video. So it's combining a load of different slap chop methods, from Zenithal to dry brushing, or just base coat and some sort of wash to give those pure white. Yeah, put paint on that, it's going to be nice and bright, but maybe a bit too bright. And then this one as a contrast. I've not gone hard enough on the dry brush on this one, so it's going to be quite a dark model, but we live and learn. So I am going to put my cave background music sound on, sorry, because it's horrible just sitting listening to myself. And hopefully we'll have someone jump on the Discord shortly so I can chat to them. I think you should be able to hear the Discord chat too, but I can't be so sure, so I'll just need to look into that when the phone comes. So if someone is watching and you can't hear the Discord chat and you think I'm not just talking to myself like an insane person, then let me know and I'll try and tweak the settings so you can hear the Discord chat too. But like I say, the primary focus of tonight is to try and smash through these. So let's almost stick to the first coat of orange. I'm not. So this is a speed paint method for my entire Team Steelers army. So I'm not going too hard. Yeah, the idea is it is an army speed paint, so I want a quick and easy method. Yes, I know I have got a lot of colours on my palette, because I still want them to look interesting. I just want them to look interesting in a short amount of time, rather than trying to spend an hour on each module, like I've done with my Get a Space Marine. There's a lot of green in this. Oh. My yellow has run into my black. That's fun. Let's put some black over here then. So, fortunately you can't see my palette because my palettes are always a mess. It's quite a small army paint, a wet palette, but I always put too much paint on it. Yeah, just look at that. Let's not talk about that. Right, okay, so I'm going to have to let that dry before I can do the next. Sorry, I'm not just being ignorant, but you can probably hear that loud humming in the background. There we go. That's not right. Still not work that well, mate. Sorry. So, yeah, that's changed. Let me just, I'll be back in a sec. I'm just going to check my Discord settings. In fact, no, what's on it? No, well. Alright. Just going to have to step. So, yeah, the idea is to get this knocked out now. So when Leviathan arrives, I can smash through that as quickly as possible too. So I've been working on an Imperial Fist scheme. I've done a couple of test models with Flamestorm aggressors I got in an Imperium kit. And quite happy with what I want to do there. I think I just haven't decided if I'm going to go 3rd or 5th company, which from my understanding is just red or black trim. Obviously there's lore stuff, but I am not a lore whore, so I have no idea about that. I only just know the differences between some of the companies, so forgive my ignorance if you are into your lore. I just like painting cool looking minis, or what I think are cool looking minis. So I've gone through the colours on my last couple of streams, but basically I'm using a good selection of the Speedpoint 1.0 paints. I think they're pretty good for what I want. I'd be interested to check out the 2.0. So if for some miraculous reason anyone from the Army Painter sees this, he's going to have some 2.0 paints. But no, my local game shop sells the individuals. Five Storm Games, which is where I'm getting a couple of my copies of Leviathan from, so I will go down there and pick up some as and when. Get rid of all these colours. There's so many. Yeah, there's how many colours do I have? What's that? 10, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 colours on one tiny little neophyte. It's a bit much, really, isn't it? But devil's in the details. I guess I should show you one of the ones that I've done previously. Which one? Quite like them all. The first one wasn't so great actually, but yeah, this guy. I want to this one maybe. Focus. He's quite fun. He's got enough detail on them that they'll stand out on the tabletop. Yeah, you can argue too much, maybe just for kind of speed paint, but I've got to find a balance of what I'm happy actually putting on the tabletop versus how long I'm gonna take to paint the entire army. And with Gene Stealer Colts, as some of you will know, there's a lot of bloody models, so it takes a fair bit of time to paint an army. Anything we can do to speed that up but maintain some decent looking models is all the better. I plan to, because I appreciate my hands are probably in the way most of the time, because of the way I like to paint, so what I want to try and do is the mic. Here's everything that I do on the table, so I need to get an arm for that. And the camera isn't in the best position for people to view, so I'm going to try and get an arm for that and have that up here, top down, because I think with my painting style, you guys will be able to see that a lot clearer. Right, can we go back to the black? Maybe. Let's see if this is a little less green now. It hasn't got that yellow running through it. So the trousers on this one are going to be funky forever, but should be okay. What they are going to be is just a little bit dark compared to some of the others. Never mind. What do we need now? Fleshy hands? Yes, this guy does have fleshy hands rather than purple hands, so that's the other balance I've been looking at. Obviously the neophytes that are a bit more turned to phase, a bit more buggy, got a bit more gene seed in them. Not gene seed, even that space thinking. You know what I mean. Is that? No, it sounds more. Yeah, some of them have got purple hands. Any of that left around? What is that? What I normally do is give the orange a couple of coats, just to try and get it to pop a bit more, but everything else is single coat. I like to paint the little grenade green, because grenade should be green. It's just a little detail that if someone is looking, you'll see that. Just, yeah, just looks a little nicer. He's got an armband on, and undecided what to do about that. Let's put a bit of that green through the armband as well. Just a contrast against that orange. A bit. Yeah, it works. The only other thing I do try and like to do is either using a bit of the grey, so Grey's Law Grey, or a bit of Grim Black. just a light coat on these pipes, just to pull out the details. So I use the Holy White across the armour. I quite like how that comes in. I will most of the time be going back over these on the armour. Just mix that green into the white, which is yeah, I will be adding, because these are rusted cloth, I will be adding a bit of rust effect onto the armour sections. Right, let's get a bit more orange on a couple of sections of cloth, more higher places, just to get them to pop a little. There, another one done. Is he done? He's got a bit of yellow on his light, he's got a grenade, he's done. Next, easy, let's get these smashed. Oh yeah, see, he's got the buggy hands. I don't know, let me have a little look. Oh, come on, camera work. He's got the buggier hands. So they'll be using purple alchemy and then the hive dweller over the top. Just so it's got the nice pink bright, but then it's knocked back a bit with the purple. For the first one I did it the other way around, and obviously the pink got lost because of the darker colour. So, right. What I've got to try and remember when I'm doing this is to stop listening to my own voice so much and just get on with bloody painting. But the idea is, hopefully one day people will be here to watch. Oh, excuse me, sorry, number 8. Number 8 is a grey base, a black oil wash and a white dry brush. So a bit of oils on these, and then a good white dry brush. I definitely haven't gone hard enough on some of these models on the dry brush to bring out those highlights again, so that'll be something I'll have to remember when I choose one of these to do my whole scheme in. And that's the idea of this, to find out what looks the best for the least amount of time. Pick that as a scheme and go to town on the rest of the army. I've got yeah, a couple of thousand points. I've got an army's worth of Gene Stealers. I've got a rock grinder, I've got a squad of jackals, I've got a ridge runner that's up in my cabinet. In fact, I might turn my cabinet on. Power supply. Yeah, I've got a ridge runner up there that I did as part of an Eons of Battle challenge on his Patreon page, on his Discord. That was fun, and I actually won a couple of bits off them for that, and they posted them from the States, which is amazing. And hopefully one day I'll find myself in a position to be able to run that sort of thing as well. Obviously it'll be a long time before I'm there, and I certainly don't want to overcommit, because I've got a full-time job, like most people are fortunate enough or talented enough or even have the time to get a channel off the ground. So I want a slow burn, and what I'd really like to do is get affiliated with my local games store, 5 Tom Games, by the end of next year would be my challenge to myself. One of the challenges around that is equipment. Oh, is Sam on? He is. Can you hear me talking to myself? Good. How long have you been on? Oh, cool. Okay. So yeah, that challenge was my ridge runner that I did on the Eons of Battle Patreon page. I did that resin casting, and I won some Cobalt Keep bases and a couple of minis off them, and they sent it from the States. So, yeah. Can you hear the deep dark cave? Can you hear drippy cave sounds or not? Interesting, I need to check my Discord settings. So, on the stream, I've got a background noise of a drippy wet cave. Just as a bit of background noise, because otherwise I'm sitting in silence talking to myself. And it sounds me a bit crazy. And I can also do funny things. Oh no, in fact, let me go and change my mic settings on Discord quickly. I'll still be able to hear you. You might not hear me very well. I'm going to have to disconnect sound quickly while I do my settings, I think. I'll try it first, but... yeah, that's right. So now you should have background drippy. Can you hear a dripping sound in the background now? Or just my voice? Never mind. I'll see if I can get that to work. At least you can hear me though, and I'm not talking to myself. I don't know if... yeah, I don't think the stream can hear you at the minute. I don't think so, at least. Let me just turn that off. Yeah, I don't think the stream can hear you. If you talk a minute, I'll be able to tell. Yeah, okay, yeah, no. I knew as soon as you said yeah, I could see it didn't. Yeah, I'll have to play with that later. What are you painting? Why is my camera died? Is that for your Death Guard army? Why? Why would you do this? I'm still messing around with all my settings and cameras and stuff. Well, yeah, 2 cameras. I've got a crappy old webcam and then my digital SLR, but it's not ideal because it times out and falls over. Yeah. Because it's surprising how much bloody work goes into just trying to get a video on the internet live, or that looks half decent, remotely half decent. When we did that 36-hour stream, that was a monster. That was fun. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the big ninth as the last kind of send-off thing, just for fun, and bring my chaos. I could bring my towel, but there's a lot more. I'm a lot more familiar with my chaos at the minute, so I don't want to just be derping around the whole time, trying to remember drone rules for nights and all sorts, because it's just there's so much. How many orcs you got painted? That'd be a lot. Maybe bring 3,000 points. Oh god. Yeah, that'd be brutal. Yeah. That's true. I mean, if you want more vehicles, you can borrow my Ridge Runner. I think that's the only thing that... Yeah, that is definitely the only thing I've got painted. I've got some Jackals built, but... Right, okay. That's a lot of troops. That's insane. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Organised, yeah. That's true. Brood Brothers contingent. And you're not familiar with Tower Win 9th, are you? I wouldn't do that then. From... yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's ridiculous. I reckon I've got about 4,000 painted, but that's including my Tiger Shark. But that'd be fun, to fly that down the field. It's a lot, but what scheme it could... that would be fun. What I haven't got is enough painted crisis. Yeah, that's true. That'd be fun too, though. But you could only have one fast fight, but that works. Because especially if you're going to run the 8. Oh, but see, now you're upsetting the balance, because I was going to look forward to taking the Chaos, but... I'm undecided. For the purpose of the stream, I don't think anyone's watching, but I'm going to start number 9. So number 9 is a grey base, brown oil wash, and a white dry brush. So this is number 9, and I've got 17 in total. So I've got 9 to 17 to try and finish tonight. But I'm doing one every 10 minutes. So it's only taking 10 minutes to speed paint, and then I'm calling them done. Which is quite nice. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't done so. Oh, I can't remember. Is Jeff got green undercoat, or is that the layer? Ah, yes, it is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's good. That's the only problem with this, with what I'm doing, is I'm on 12 colours, which is quite a lot for a speed paint, but they're so minimal it doesn't take long to just get them slapped on. And it just adds a bit more character to them rather than being a bit, because they're so detailed, aren't they, so you need to pick up on quite a lot of it to do them a bit of justice. I'm quite happy with how they're turning out so far. I haven't got to the crazy ones yet, so basically a purple base or a purple oil wash. So there are a couple of crazy ones, let's see how they turn out. But otherwise, it's fun. And although all the bases are different and they look slightly different, they're still quite coherent. They still all tie in together, which is good. Yeah, exactly. So they're all going to be a bit quirky, but I built that drop pod. So that's built. So I need to prime that. No, that's going to be Imperial Fists. I'm going to give it a right good fisting. So I've got my idea for that. So white prime, a Yandan yellow contrast all over, and then a Zenithal with, it's called Moon Yellow. It's a Vallejo game colour, so quite a bright yellow Zenithal. And that's what I did on that one that I showed you in the dip wash. So the under colour is quite orange from the shadow, and then it's quite bright on top, but I just need to tweak that dip wash a little bit so it's not quite so messy. I could do a oil wash instead, because it's easier to tidy up, but I'll see. I've got one more Flamestorm Aggressor to trial another scheme on, and I'll probably use that one. Yeah. What, Imperial Fists, or? I can still hear you. Okay. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll check it out later anyway, probably. Oh, dude, I hear it. It's just gone buzz. You're on Discord as well. My hero. If you can't hear that background noise, I want. Can you hear anything now? Apart from my voice? Are you still there? Can you hear that? I really want wet fart. Yeah, it's probably because.
So the other thing I can do is change my voice like this, because that's fun. So, can you hear the background noise as well? You're my son. You will paint until your fingers bleed.
Anyway. Oh, that's fun. Can you hear me normally again now? I am, yeah. Yeah, so that's going. It's going. Hopefully, it's going out on YouTube. What's my? I've dropped loads of frames. Loads of frames actually. That's really bad. I don't know when that was. It's not going up. So the stream's been interrupted, but then I am running Discord as well, and someone else is probably using the internet. So I have to see how I get on. Yeah, it's dropped loads of frames. It seems to be okay now, I think. But I don't think anyone's watching the YouTube channel anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But needs more wetting down. Nope, that was too dark. No, that's too much. What, from Leviathan? So once I've done this slap chop thing, I've got the 500 points of Votan that I want to try and get done for the slow grow, but I'm not completely convinced I'm going to achieve that. And then I've got Leviathan. So yeah. I don't know what to do first there, really. I guess I know what I want to do for Leviathan in terms of paint scheme. And I've worked out a quick-ish method to do that. Just High Fleet Leviathan, because it's quite simple and I've got the paints to do it on hand. And I quite like that scheme. I'm not a big fan of the black and red. I like the purple, purple-based scheme. So I'll probably just do that. What about you? Have you got? Yeah, but you've got an airbrush? Yeah. Yeah. Have you got a booth for it, or? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. 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 So it's always that bit, isn't it? Number 9 done. So number 10, first of one of the wacky ones. This is grey base, purple oil wash, white dry brush. So all the recesses are tinged with purple, which is quite nice. I need to put my cave sound back on. Or we can have the wet There it is, there's the wet part of samples. Does it? So that's probably because of my connection. I'll turn that one off. So this should be the drippy cave. I actually prefer this one, it's a bit less distracting. But it's probably a lot harder for you to hear if you've got distortion issues. But yeah, I don't seem to have got frames now, so I'm not sure what happened earlier, but I'll have to play around with the audio settings to boost that a little bit. What I need to do is watch the stream back. I didn't watch the last one back and just see what it's like on the stream, because at the minute that's the most important thing, that the quality of the stream's okay. When I was talking to myself earlier, I said I'd like to build up this channel a bit, but I understand it takes a lot of time. And I've kind of, in my head, set myself a little goal of, by the end of next year, try and get affiliated with Firestorm Games. So if I can build over the next 18 months to 2 years, yeah. Was that just for painting? Was that for your Instagram? Yeah, so I've read the Firestorm Games kind of Q&A and common feedback stuff, and they want more YouTube. Yeah, they want more reliable YouTube content, basically. So almost a certain amount of viewers, certain amount of streams, things like that. Yeah, which is good. It's good for So that's the aim. If I can get to that, I'll be really happy. I think so. It's setting a kind of a bit of a schedule and being reliable. So these days, if I'm going to do videos, this day will be a video day, and this day will be streaming days. So try and do at least 2 streams a week, and a video a fortnight probably, because videos, although if I just do short videos, kind of a 5-10 minute, because that's what a lot of people do, that's a lot easier to achieve. Rather than, yeah, exactly, just get some videos out, try and get some views on them, and build up from there. Anyway, might all be a pipe dream, but gotta try. Yeah, basically. And now look at them. Just down the bloody road as well. Those data slate prices, if they're accurate, they look interesting. If it's that cheap, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty outstanding if it is that. I see lots of people and lots of different companies are pushing now. Or then they'll use the cheap data slates to drive sales in minis, which is what Allspec Tactics said, which makes a lot of sense. Dangle the carrot with the cheap data slates. Oh, okay. Oh, what are we? 50 minutes into stream, that's not bad. Hopefully my camera doesn't die again. Yeah, I need to watch back and see how many frames got dropped and things. That's interesting. So I've been thinking about this. I quite like the idea of doing a few kind of hobby product reviews, like trialing stuff, cheap stuff and things like that, because it's always difficult buying gear, isn't it? Exactly, yeah. Or you find something really cheap that's amazing. I know a few people do that sort of thing already, but it wouldn't. It would just be a bit of it. So once a month maybe. Yeah. Yeah, they're good. A lot of people do that, so I don't know. would that be enough for a new channel? Well, that's interesting. Yes. Yeah. I don't know if that would have any actual ounces in it though. Yeah. Did you want to? No. What happened? I don't really know. Prepare yourself if you've just got into it. Oh, look at it. It's cool. Why would I not buy this? Exactly, yeah. Yeah, that'd be a fun video. Come on, brother. The face on that one is garbage. Fletcher. What, on Tabletop Tactics or? Oh yeah, what? Oh yeah, the young boy. Yeah, I can't remember his name now. Is it Luke? Might be. Yeah. Yeah. But don't his parents paint as well? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Been nice, wouldn't it? For the purpose of the stream, Model 11 is a grey base, Agrax shade wash, and a white dry brush. Let's see how this one goes. Yeah, I got my little cheat book. It's got all the details, and I've got some time stuff of how long they took to prep for each model, so I can kind of come up with what was the quickest. And a paint recipe, so I can, if I do publish this as a standalone video, I can push out that in the details below, or overlay it at least on the screen as I'm kind of montaging my way through the video. Because who doesn't love an 80s montage? Ah, my camera stopped. Camera stopped. Right. Go, and we're back. So yeah, my digital SLR times out after half an hour because it's not really meant for continuous videoing. So if I do decide to push on with this longer term, I need to come up with a better solution for that. But it needs to be justified. I need to be getting some sort of views first before I invest in more gear. Once upon a time, I'd have been silly and just gone out and bought it, but it was once upon a time. I haven't seen that. Oh, the new one. Yeah. Uh-oh. FOMO. It's going to be a tricky situation if you do. Indeed. Right, I'm gonna go in an hour. I'm not enough through, which is a shame. We need to be 5 or 6 models in. What am I? 4 or 5 maybe just. Right, let's disable that. So maybe now, let's turn that off. Can you give us a sentence, Sam? Can you talk? No? Are you there? Can you hear me? Okay. Did it drop out? That makes sense. That's alright. I'm just trying to figure out if I can, how I can get your voice onto stream. How about now?
I don't know, can you? Is it something you can do?
I think I might have just done it.
Kind of cool if you could.
The only way to really find out is to watch the stream. Can I do that? Yes, I can, because the phone is not doing anything. Let's have a look on the tube of you. Hobby Hangout. Can I do that? Yes, I can, because the phone is not doing anything. Let's have a look on the tube of you. Can you hear me, Sam? I've lost Sam.
Sorry?
Oh, you are there.
My signal? Or is it yours?
Can you hear me, Sam?
Yeah, my Wi-Fi's not very strong, I don't think.
I've lost Sam. Sorry. Oh, you are there. Oh, yeah, you are there. Okay, I can hear you on the stream now. I just need to boost the volume a little bit. I've still got YouTube running in the background, so it's doing. I've just had an email.
Oh?
I'm dead excited, and I get to share it. The Outpost, your order, it has been picked.
Yes, I had one of those today as well.
Yeah.
It was quite comical when the guys in work saw me doing a little jig.
Yeah.
And
I
they
got a big smile on my
asked
face.
me,
It's a shame no one's watching the stream. I'm smiling. What did they say about your?
Whoops. About my what? Sorry.
About your purchase? Were they not impressed in the least?
Yeah. I mean, they kind of tolerate it to a degree. They understand that I have hobbies. I mean, the one guy plays golf, so that's just automatically makes him really uncool.
Yeah. Loser.
I mean, who wants to go for a long walk and then mess it up with a game of golf? So I'll wind him up now, and every time I sort of see one of his clubs, I call it a golf bat.
Yeah, it's a bat or a stick, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
I automatically call them golf bats, and I just do it just to get the rise out of him. It's so funny.
Does it work every time?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can see him like it's a clown. And he knows that I'm doing it to wind him up, but it's hilarious.
Yeah. So I think there's quite a delay between me speaking and you hearing through Discord for some reason.
Yes, there might well be. I don't think my signal's very good because I am
think it's
currently in that
probably
blue
my
button.
end, but I seem to hear you instantly, but what's going out isn't the same.
Okay.
I might just mute my mic a minute and listen back to the stream. Just to see.
Well, that is 20 Poxwalkers done. I don't know what to do now. That was really, really fast. I quite like painting Poxwalkers, they're easy. Right, what am I going to do with this? Like that. Oh, that appears to be a different girl.
So you've done 20 Poxwalkers this week?
In pretty much 2 sittings.
Nice.
So if anyone needs a professional painter,
Sam is your man for painting Poxwalkers.
yeah, or anything quickly in general. Is this lid gonna come on? Oh, good, excellent. Lovely.
So you think I should paint something with that ultramarine blue that I found?
Oh, absolutely.
It's
I
come
think
back
it'd be
alright.
cool if you didn't.
So I tested it at the start of the stream, and it's come back alright. Needs a little bit of love. I put a little bit of flow aid and airbrush thinners in, so it gets a bit foamy if you mix it.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's good.
That's cool.
Oh, hang on. So that's just made that louder. That's all that's done. I've messed with my settings too much.
Sorry?
Messed with my settings too much. I'll have to play with that. I've turned your voice off the stream at the minute as it was just rebroadcasting a load of sound. Well, number 12, olive green base, grey overbrush, white dry brush. It's very green. It's not a great one. This is going to be a bit of a car crash. Let's find out. What are you going to say? I don't know. He's probably working a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I know, I'm doing the same. I've got to remember to try and keep talking, even if it's to myself. I have never tried to paint them and I don't wish to. So I got a load in a bundle and sold them to Scott and Dave, actually. That's how I first met them. Oh, because you bought. What did you buy off me as well? You bought. Yeah, yeah. So Scott and Dave had some, and you had some. That was a while ago now. But I got a load of paint with that as well, so I've got a load of contrast. That's kind of why I wanted that lot, because it was a bundle, and I was like, well, I can buy that, I can make my money back selling models, and have the paints, which is the main bit I wanted. That's fine. I've got a bit of a problem with paints. I like having paints. I did try and use those, what are they? Scale 75. I don't know if I need to mix them more. I thought I mixed them well, but it was thin. The coverage wasn't great. So yeah, I need to have a look at that. The metallics are gorgeous. Those metallics, they're very shiny. But the mica in them is the same colour as the actual pigment, so you can mix them as well. Rather than a lot of metallics, the mica is a different colour to the pigment. So that's fun. But yeah, they're just the rest of the paints are just a bit thin, and the metallics are pretty wacky colours. They're quite out there. Yeah, they are. I think with that, so this is purpose of the stream. I got that Votan one that I painted up. I don't mind the metallic. I might just put with the orange. It's just not working, and the orange is really desaturated. It's not very nice. So I might put a grey or a blue grey on the cloth instead. Might try that, but I'll see. I want to do something different with them. Different to box art, I think. So I think I've done okay in the past. I don't mind a lot of my custom ones, but I've got a bit of writer's block with it, if you will. Right, okay. I mean, the right way is whatever works for you, isn't it? Yeah. They look good though. Yeah. Yeah, they're quite, yeah. You could spend an awful lot of time on them actually, couldn't you? Yeah, I'm kind of at that point a bit. Yeah, I know what you mean. The Chaos Space Marines kind of did that for me a bit. It kind of burnt me out a little bit, I think. Because painting Black Legion is just... It is a bit of a slog. It's just, yeah, there's just so much trim, and trying to get in the edge highlight around the inside of the armour panels, that blue-grey looking nice is just... And it doesn't look quite right on my Obliterator if it's good enough. I'm happy with my Abaddon. I really like my Abaddon. I think he's painted to reasonable tabletop standard. But yeah, otherwise, I don't know what the best thing I've painted. It's probably some of my Blackstone Fortress minis actually. They're probably the best painted stuff I've done. still love my crazy green towel though as well. It's just fun. Yeah. Just happened to be that was my first army. Will was sickened by them. Will hated them, and to be fair, the first ones I did were just flat livery green. So no, Scorpy green from Vallejo. So it's really bright, and when it's flat, it doesn't look great. But when I started to use the airbrush a bit and get some tones in there, then it really came to life a bit. But yeah, Will was not happy with my bright green towel. No. Yeah. Yeah, I had that about my stealth suits. You're like, well, look at the towel sets. They're bright orange, bright white. So since when? Yeah. Yeah, salamanders are bright. Dark Angels is the best then. Well, Dark Angels and I don't know. Raven Guard, yeah. Yeah. Right. Are we getting into lore? Because I might throw up a little bit if we do. No scumbags. He's cool. I like this guy. He's got one of the he's a neophyte but with the bigger skull, and he's got like the ski goggles on. So I've done them blue. That's fun. So they've got the kind of bordering on the acolyte skulls. Cranium. Yeah. Number 12 done, so 5 more. I'm getting there. We might finish. What time is it? Yeah, 9:15. It's a bit late, but... So, number 13. This is the wildest one. It's absolutely horrendous, actually. It's not going to work at all, but I'll paint it anyway because I primed it. Number 13 is royal purple base, so quite a dark base. A grey overbrush to turn it back a bit, and then a squid pink dry brush. Yeah. Yeah. Go on. Yeah. I know what you're going to tell me. I know what you're going to tell me. I did it. Pink under contrast. Yeah. I can't remember where I saw it, but I saw it a while ago. And I remembered it the other day. I tried it on that one that I sent the picture through, that test model of that. I couldn't quite get it to work, so I need to have another look at the video. I don't know if I was using the wrong contrast or I used too much of it. I couldn't quite get it to work as well as I'd like. I'm sure I've seen a couple of people do it now though. So yeah, it looks fun. I like it. Yeah. It is. It is. Grey. I don't think so. I don't think so, but I'll let you try it. There you go, see? There's your test scheme. Who... Player Space Marine. Who's pink? So one of them's pink. Or down near it. Flesh Terrors? Emperor's Children. Emperor's Children are pink. Yeah. Barbie Space Marines. What else could you do pink? Drakari? Could do. Yeah, that's cheating. Yeah. No, I know. That's why I've got this little book, because I'm a nightmare for that. I either take a picture of the paints next to the model, or I write it down. Just happens. I'm a free spirit, man. Did you say peacock? Insane. It's Wednesday tomorrow. They might ship boxes out tomorrow. That's all I can think about now is Leviathan. Leviathan, it's all I can think about, because they might ship boxes out tomorrow. Right, you know I said this this squid paint dry brush thing was completely crazy. It's actually quite fun. I think if I tidied it up a little bit, yeah, I'll have to take a picture. It's actually quite fun. It's quite funky, yeah. And on the weapon, it's got kind of a purple tinge, a pinky purple tinge under the metallic. I'll have to see. I need to get the face right, which is a bit of an issue at the minute because I'm not happy with the more gene stealer heads like the acolytes, because some of the neophytes have got them, haven't they? So I think I can get away with it. Oh, what happened? Did I drop out? Can you still hear me? Okay. My computer just had a massive fanny fit, so I'm gonna go and tend to the beast quickly and see what the bloody hell is. Not sure what just happened, but never mind. Okay. I'm gonna have to leave 13 to dry a bit because I had to put quite a lot of holy white over the armour panels compared to normal, just to get it to show a bit. But that's fun. 14, model 14, 4 more to go. Let's go. Let's finish this before 10 o'clock. I'll be really happy if I can get to do that. So terracotta base. So this is the Leho terracotta. So it's a reddy brown. Pale sand overbrush and a white dry brush. Yeah, quite dark and dingy. I'm really liking that last purple one. It's crazy. It looks a bit cyberpunky because everything's got that neon-y tinge to it. So could idea. I might use that for my Votan. It did a bit there, didn't it? Yeah, I might use that for my Votan. Right, well, if I can get painting tomorrow, we might do a test model for Votan on stream tomorrow. So before I put these on the tabletop, I will probably go through and touch up a couple of details. And because they are rusted claw, to all the armour panels, I'll just dab on a bit of AK Interactive rust effect. It's like an enamel rust effect. And just dab on a couple of bits on the white just to get them rusty, so it ties in a bit more to rusted claw. I did it on my my squad of neophytes that I painted. I brush painted them, but the same sort of thing, so it looked quite nice. Yeah. But, I mean, you can do a little bit, and it depends what on the bases or on models as well. Okay, yeah. The first time I tried it, I just slapped it on. Right. I've got, have you got any pigment powders or anything? I've got some pigment powders of various shades that are okay. They're on the cheaper end of things, so the pigments may not be quite strong. My camera just died. But you can borrow them and have a whirl with them. I'll send you pictures of what colours I've got if I remember after the stream. So my frame drop count has gone right down, which is good, so must have had a bad bit of connection at some point in the stream. That's to be expected, because my wife is probably trying to watch TV or watch something and I'm hogging all the bandwidth. Mm. Yeah. Load of containers, I think, yeah. Yeah. Red. I haven't got, none of my other shotgun guys have had shells on top of the gun. Sad. I like the, I built a load of these as shotgun guys. A load of the neophytes. Because Mike, or the chef from Tabletop Tactics, had an idea of running them in. Is it they came from below, or one of the one you can bring them up within 3, but then can't charge? But a squad of 10, and give them light from beyond as well for additional hits. So just bring them up within 3, surround a unit or a character, and just unleash shotguns in their face. So I wanted to do that. Yeah. 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 I can well imagine. So I was trying to do it with Will. We played, but we were playing Tempest, and we drew the mission that you had to roll to bring in your reserves. I didn't bring them in. I couldn't get them in. And then when I could, they just turned 3, I think. And by that point, I either forgot or couldn't get. Yeah, it was just. I was devastated. Yeah. Which is normally the case when I play, but that's fine. I play for fun. I don't mind losing, honestly. Yeah, I know. That's the thing, isn't it? And that's what a lot of the YouTubers say. Just most of the time, you only notice it because it's in front of your face and you're looking at it 3 inches away. It's on the tabletop, like these guys. I'm 24 inches away from them. They look fine. They look fine. If I put it in front of my face, I'd be like, oh, that's a bright mess. But from here, you can't tell. So it's kind of what's important to you, isn't it? How you want to. Like my chaos and my tower, I kind of took a lot of pride in wanting them to look good close up and on the tabletop, or really good on the tabletop. But for the Gene Stealers, I'm quite happy for them to look a bit rough and ready, because they kind of are anyway. They're that sort of army, aren't they? Yeah, I think so. Right. Purposes of the stream, model 15 is a white base, a Nuln oil wash and a white dry brush. This is one of the ones that kind of I thought would hold the most hope, actually, because it's very quick. It's prime, throw a bit of Nuln oil on it and a quick dry brush. But the effect you get with some of the other schemes is really fun too, so it's a difficult one to call. This is kind of little project has not gone the way I thought it was going to go. It's not as clear cut as I thought it'd be, because of the effect that undercoat gives you, and how much fun you can have with that. I mean, it's taken us 17 models to get to that point. But I've just got 17 funky looking. Yeah. Nice. What you need to do is do the combat patrol, because then you can pop over one evening and we can have combat patrol games over an hour without using up too much time. Is it? Really? Oh dear. I'm using my decent brushes for this project just because I know I can consistently get results out of them and they won't deteriorate over the painting of a few models, whereas a lot of the Games Workshop ones will just start flaying and they don't take the brush so well once I'm done. But these, Becca bought them for me, the Windsor & Newton Series 7 Sable. So it's not really nice set of brushes. And most of the time I paint cheap shit. Or if I'm doing something rough or something, I do paint with what I call cheap shit, which is the Games Workshop ones, because they're shit really. They're not great. Yeah. Right, okay. Yes, yeah. I've only got four brushes for the Windsor & Newton. Just use them. Got to use them. Right, yeah. That's your release point for them. Yeah. 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 Well, for an army, that's a big ask, isn't it? And that's why I kind of tried to do that. It's a while ago now with my Blackstone Fortress ones, just single models, and just kind of what a couple of the YouTube guys, Miniac and Ninja, say full ball sack. So just everything at it, which I quite like. have no idea actually. Yeah. Okay. Bloody hell. That's impressive. Right. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Right. So 2 more models left, and I'll call it. So that'll be 10 o'clock, or just after. So number 16. This is black base, and then stepping up in greys, dry brushing. So just mixing black and white and stepping up in grey to grey to a final white dry brush. So the recesses are really dark on this one. So I'll see how we get on really. It looks, the primed model looks really good, but I just don't know how well it's going to take to the speed paint. And that's it. I'll have done it, which is really nice to actually finish something, because I am known for not finishing shit, which is sad. It's crazy, isn't it? Liquid talent. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a few people paint them, and they can come together very quickly, can't they? And you're like, well, do I need to do much more on that? I could. You could spend another hour on it picking out all the details, but actually, would it give you that much more? Half the time it wouldn't, by the looks of it. Okay. Yeah. 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 I love it when a plan comes together. Haha. Do it. Yeah. Is it? The shed's pretty warm at the minute, but probably not loft hot. Yeah. About my streaming account. I'm going to need to move my basically my painting view cam because it's off to the side, and I tend to paint with my hands quite in front of the model from the side, so I need to move it to a top down. But I need to buy a mount for that, but again I'm just reluctant to invest in any equipment at the minute. It's not really any need because there's no one watching, but it needs to be quite a big arm, so potentially not. I might be able to need to hang it off the wall really. But, I need to do it to my mic as well because you can hear that it's on my desk and it's picking up everything. Minor at the minute, not important. I haven't looked at everything enough to be reluctant about anything apart from Space Marines, because Space Marine matter. But I did see a battle report from Tabletop Tactics, the Chaos, the Black Legion v Ultramarines, and that was very close. Gilliman is an absolute powerhouse. And Abaddon has had a big nerf, but then Abaddon's not a Primarch, is he? So he's the son of Horus, is he? He's up there, yeah. So he's still good, but he's not 9th edition good, and I don't think he should be because he was very good in 9th. Yeah, he was a bit too tasty in 9th, so. Which is a bit of a shame, but yeah, and he kind of is. I guess he kind of is. He's just not. But he is much cheaper as well now. He's 70 or 80 points cheaper. Yeah. I haven't looked at the points for the Chaos as much as I probably should have. Like I say, time. I've just kind of got the quick overviews, and I try and catch the Auspex videos because he does a pretty good job at summarising those things. And he does a very good job, to be fair. A pretty good job is a massive disservice to what he does. Yeah. How he turns out videos so quick, and they're long, detailed videos. I don't know if he's got. His memory is fucking phenomenal, or he's got a very good note-taking ability, or a combination of the two. But yeah. So that level of dry brush one turned out pretty good, really. It's a bit desaturated, but overall it looks better than it looks better than the previous one, actually. in terms of picking out detail. So the last model, number 17. Yes, come on. White, and all white, just white. That is it. So let's put some paint on this guy and be done with it. So I'm recording this stream, so I'll use the video to do a little montage of painting this. But really, what is the interesting bit to look at is the before and after of each model, I think. So I'll do that because I've got a load of before shots. So here's what it looked like with its base coat and what that was, and then here's what it looks like painted. Side by side thing. Yeah, it's warm in here actually. Even on my wet palette, these contrasts are drying out on my wet palette a little. It's that warm in here. Are you? I don't know. Sam, are you a wet palette user or are you or not? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. As usual. There's a new guy from Midwinter Minis who flat out refuses to use one. And he flat out refuses to use one. Yeah. Yeah, he said he doesn't use it. No, so he uses a traditional artist palette, and once the paint dries, he just primes over it with rattle can. And what I saw, he said the other day actually, was he primes his palette in the colours, in the same colour that his next model is going to be, so he can tell what the paint is going to look like on his palette when it goes onto the model, which is actually a really interesting way to think about it and do it. No, I hadn't until he said. And I know he's been doing that for a long time, but I think it's the first time that I've heard him mention that's why he does it. That's why he primes it in different colours. He is, yeah, yeah, and he's very good as well. He can be very, very good very quickly. It's very frustrating. Oh, okay. Right. Really? Yeah, yeah. Just trying to wrap up this last one. The pure white is very unforgiving because you've got no dark recesses to hide any mistakes. Because I'm trying to work really fast, I've got a reasonable amount of paint on my brush, and obviously it's speed paint, so it's pretty runny. And a lot of the time you can hide that in the recess where the two paints meet, and it just pulls and looks dark, and it's okay. Where this is all white, just there's no room for that. So that's great because I guess it forces you to paint not lazy, but doing a scheme like this you kind of want to paint lazy. Trying to get through it a bit, and don't want to have to worry about every last material join, that it's crisp and perfect. You want it to just kind of blend into each other. Audiobook. Heard of it. Yeah. Right, okay. I'm done. Ah, that's not good. So I haven't based them, but I will, probably on the next stream actually, before I start anything else. I'll put some grey down on them, and then all I do for these is I've got a green and a brown wash, and I kind of dot that around like it's just muck and gunk, and it's simple, but it works. But that's all 17 of the slap chop kind of done, really. God, that number 13 with the purple and that cyberpunk vibe that gives is fun. It's better from a slight distance, but that's kind of good. That's kind of what it's meant to be. I could move my camera. Let me just try and. My camera has timed out, and I haven't noticed. So it's fast. Can I get that in focus? With enough light on, I'm probably not to do any sort of justice, but. Not in focus. Yeah. That was fun. I'm glad I finished them tonight. It's been looming over me, this little project, for some time. So I'm just going to put to bed and write it down, and then hopefully turn it into a full video, but that's the job for another day. It is 3 minutes to 10. I have been streaming for nearly 2 hours. Sam, thank you for keeping me company. That was nice tonight. And I will fix it so the Discord chat can be heard on stream for the minute. If for some reason we do get more people on the Discord, I might turn that off again because it gets too much. If it's just one or two of us, then it's easy, but if there's 15 people in there for some reason that they're trying to talk and it gets a bit much. wash my brushes. How much longer are you painting for? How much longer are you painting for? Fair enough. So the only brush I would... Nice. I need to start using my size 3 a bit more because the point on it is a bit better than the size 2. Seven plate arrows. Wow. That's really quick work. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Let's clean that out. Good. I'm gonna drop off stream, take a couple of pictures for the gram of Insta, and go to bed, I think, because I'm going to get up at 5:45 and go to work. Alas, working for a living. One day, maybe, this will be a living to be had. But I doubt it. If I can turn a couple of quid and feed my plastic crack addiction a little more by making videos about my plastic crack addiction, the world will be a better place. Yeah. Yes. Dreadful. Dreadful. Right, I am gonna stream. If anyone does watch this stream back, thank you for watching, and bye bye.